Now, regular visitors to my Facebook page will know that A, I have a selection of stalkers, B, they're all evangelists, and C, they like to critique me on a minute-by-minute basis. Now, one of them, who shall remain nameless for a simple reason that I'm taking the Maggie Thatcher approach here, which she did with Jerry Adams, which is not to give him the oxygen of publicity, because secretly he loves it and he desperately wants to be me, but he's not. And he started using AI. Now, what he does, now, on a scale of 1 to fucking sad, this is right up there. He takes the transcript of every video I produce and runs it through Chatgpt to produce a overview of what AI thinks of what I am saying. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, and you're entirely right. Jesus, mate, get a life. Anyway, you'll be shocked to hear that AI completely slaughters me and says I'm unqualified to speak on these subjects. I use a overly large amount of sarcasm, and it comes across as banter. Well, I'd say I succeeded then, because that's exactly what I'm aiming for. Now, the thing is, with AI, artificial intelligence, it's only as good as the information it's given in the first place. So if you tell everyone, if you go to AI and go, climate change is bad, electric cars are good, and then you feed it my information, it's naturally going to say that I'm full of shit. Now, he seems to think that this is a definitive way of proving that I am some sort of charlatan who should be shot. However, here's the issue with it. And the issues are many. First off, I have now 28,000 followers on Facebook, nearly 21,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 99% of them are of a like mind. So if you turn up with your radical views that milk floats are going to take over the world, and anyone that disagrees with you is an absolute fucking idiot who should be silenced at every possible opportunity, and you will prove your intelligence with facts. And then when a program comes on like the one I reviewed yesterday saying that, you know, milk floats aren't all that, that's not facts, that's misinformation. I know, and I can prove it by running it through AI again. Oh, Jesus. Right, so the problem is, first off, I am, as it's well known, a West Ham fan. When we go to games in London, we go to a pub beforehand called the Carpenters. West Ham pub, full of West Ham, no away fans allowed. And it's lovely. DJ, beautiful curry sauce and chips. Lots of people all meeting up in the same place, of a like mind, having a nice time. Now, if you were to walk in that pub with a Spurs shirt on, stand in the middle of the pub and say, I love Spurs, you're not going to be very welcome. And that's exactly the same thing as my critics coming on my page and on the YouTube thing and going, everybody on here is an idiot. It's not going to go down very well. Though, if any of my critics want to come to the Carpenters and do exactly what I've said, I'll pay for the Spurs shirt. I mean, it's going to make for a video that will need parental guidance, but nevertheless, I will pay for it. 2, I consider all of my critics, evangelists, whatever you want to call them, the minority of stalkers that get out of bed every morning and their first thought isn't, shall I have a wank? Their first thought is, what's he posted now? And who's commented that I can go on and correct to prove that I am intellectually superior to them? Priorities all wrong again. I look at it like Welsh road signs. You know, when you drive down the M4 and all the signs are in English and Welsh, and you just look at the Welsh and you go, oh, I don't know what that is, so I'll just ignore it. That's the way I see the critics, pretty much. Though it did enable me to learn that gwasanaethau in Welsh means services. So you'll get that as soon as you go over the Severn Bridge. You'll get the mega services, and it'll say mega services, and underneath it'll say gwasanaethau. There you go. Taught you a bit of Welsh today. What can I say? So there, so far they're a Spurs fan and they're Welsh traffic signs. That's fine. And then apparently, according to Chatgpt, I'm completely unqualified to talk on these subjects. Though I don't know what qualifies you to sit in a car and have an opinion on what qualifications you need, because I know that Jeremy Clarkson doesn't have any qualifications. So I presume that Chatgpt would say the same thing about him, because all we've done throughout life is drive a shitload of different cars. Granted, I haven't driven as much as Jeremy, but I know it's over 50 milk floats, different makes and models, and cars. I was lying in bed at 3 o'clock this morning, going through the amount of different cars that I've owned, bought, sold, driven, and it put me back to sleep. So it worked, because I never got past A, and I was already making lists that I couldn't keep in my head. So I will now sit down and write that list. But the main thing is that using Chatgpt to debunk anything that I say is all very well until you see this article, which my sidekick, who's not with me today, the Sun, sent to me yesterday. And it's an interview with the Chief Executive Officer of Chatgpt, a bloke called Matt Salmon. And in the interview he says, I can't believe that people take this seriously. It's not really a very trustworthy source of information, and quite frankly, I don't know why people trust it so much. His words, not mine. So here you have people using Chatgpt as truth, and the CEO who set the entire thing up going, yeah, well, it isn't very accurate. And actually one of the quotes he says is, it makes a lot of stuff up. Now apparently that's exactly what they accuse me of, making a lot of stuff up. So they're accusing me of making a lot of stuff up and then using a computer which makes a lot of stuff up to prove that I make a lot of stuff up, which I think is a double negative or something. It's certainly a something. And by doing that, they are actually ruining their own theory that people that make stuff up shouldn't be allowed to make stuff up. But you can use a computer that makes stuff up to discredit the bloke that makes stuff up. Oh, I'll confuse myself now. So the fact remains that their source of truth, not that big toothed bird in New Zealand, who was your only source of truth, she's disappeared under a rock now. Their source of truth is an artificial intelligence computer program that its owner says makes a lot of stuff up. So therefore, you can't really give it much credence, can you? Whereas I may not have qualifications. I am, however, a qualified teacher. I have a postgrad certificate of education. So I am qualified in educating people. You can see the milk floaters now. They've just launched their keyboard through the window. Oh, magic. Yeah, so I am a qualified educator. I am a previous college lecturer. So whether that qualifies me to talk to people about cars, I don't know. But it certainly qualifies me as an educator, because I do in fact have I'm also a qualified A1 assessor for MVQs. So I do have qualifications. So therefore, Chatgpt saying he is unqualified to talk about these matters ain't strictly true, is it? So it's made it up. Do you know what that is? That's misinformation, that is. Except I never use that word, because that word is bollocks, and that word was invented to shut down debate. Oh no, that's misinformation. No, it's an opinion that doesn't fit with your worldview, therefore you should be silenced. That's bollocks. As I keep saying, I never block anyone yet, though I've got to admit it's getting a bit tiresome and tedious, but I still haven't blocked them. I still haven't deleted any of their comments. I've left it all there for all the world to see, and everyone can make up their own minds. Because, you see, right, that's what it's about. The whole thing. as I keep saying, and I said this from the very beginning, the only reason I started this is because we were told we couldn't have petrol or diesel cars anymore. You can only have electric in the future. You didn't have a choice. People weren't allowed to form their own opinions on things. They just had to listen to one person's opinion and accept it. Now, I know there's people out there that don't accept my opinion. Good. That's brilliant. Do you know one of my best mates in the world, one of my best drinking buddies in the world, was a card-carrying vegan and a proper champagne socialist in the 70s and 80s. He's the polar opposite to me politically. And yet we get on like house on fire because we just talk about stuff and we have differences of opinions, and it doesn't matter because that's what makes the world go round. Not constantly stalking people and going, you shouldn't do that. Your reputation is dog shit. That's not the AI bloke. That's the other. Now, Stalker number 2. He's moved up the charts. He's done well. He's got the position 2. He's not Derek down to position 3. I mean, it's a battle, but it's a ferocious battle that they're fighting with all of their lives. So, in conclusion, I suppose what I'm trying to say is using a flawed computer system by the CEO's own definition that makes stuff up to discredit a bloke that you think makes stuff up is utter fucking bollocks. And therefore, I will carry on. As a politician would say, I will carry on with impunity. And I will continue to annoy the shit out of every milk floater in Britain that bothers to watch my videos. And as, Stalker number 5, who says, I don't think you should have posted this. Don't watch it then. We're back to Ricky Gervais territory, where the bloke goes into the town square and goes, guitar lessons. But I don't want guitar lessons. Well, don't have them then. I don't want to watch your channel. Well, don't watch it. Don't subscribe to it. Don't follow me on Facebook. It's not hard. I don't like the news, so I don't watch the news. I don't like politicians anymore, so I don't watch politicians on the telly. It's not hard. You just turn it off. There's an on-off button. And in social media, there's an unfollow button. And once you unfollow it, I won't appear on your feed anymore. There you go. Problem solved. It's a very simple solution, isn't it? And for those that do want to follow it, then they can just carry on and do what they want. I mean, it's a wonderful system. It really works. But when you only exist to wake up in the morning to find somebody that you self-proclaimed hate in the world and think that he should be silenced and shut up and corrected at every possible opportunity because you're intellectually superior to them, start your own channel, crack on. And if you get anybody to watch it, I'll be fucking amazed. Future my arse.